Welcome to this edition of You See Good News. I'm Camilo and this is Wadani.
So now, can you tell us about the rapture?
Sure. Well, the rapture is this awesome event. It's when all of Christ's followers who are alive, along with all of the resurrected believers, will rise in the clouds to meet Christ in the air.
Ah, that's so awesome! I want to know more! Tell me more about this rapture.
Actually, before we go further into the rapture,
What?
we need to look back at John chapter 4 and examine the conflict between the Jews and the Samaritans.
Where are you taking this? I want to know about the rapture. What does this have to do with the rapture?
Just bear with me here, okay? Look, the Samaritans and the Jews, they had this constant controversy.
Okay.
The Jews argued that the place of worship was in Jerusalem,
All right.
while the Samaritans argued that the place of worship was in Mount Gerizim.
Okay.
And, when Jesus is talking to the Samaritan woman, he basically tells her that they've missed the point completely. They're so busy arguing about where the right place to worship is that they failed to realize that where they worshipped didn't really matter. God was searching for people to worship in spirit and truth, and that was the point.
Oh, I kind of see what you're saying now, but again, what does this have to do with the rapture?
Well, it relates because of the controversy that surrounds the rapture.
Okay.
Some people say that it's going to happen before the Great Tribulation. Some say that it's going to happen during the Great Tribulation. And still others say that it's going to happen after the Great Tribulation. Mm-hmm. And like the controversy between the Samaritans and the Jews, we can become so busy arguing about when it's going to happen that we're missing the point.
I see what you're saying now, but what is the point?
Well, Jesus made it very clear that when he comes, he's going to come like a thief in the night. And no one will know the day or the hour in which he's coming. So every time that his coming is mentioned, it really, the command there is that we need to be ready. So here's the point.
Okay.
It doesn't matter when he's coming. It matters that he is coming. And that you should be ready when he does.
Okay, so you should be ready, I should be ready, right?
Yeah.
So tell us more.
Well, in the book of Revelations, Jesus tells the Apostle John to write to 7 churches that actually existed in Asia during that time.
Okay.
And in the letter, there is this common phrase that lets us know that what Jesus tells the 7 churches applies to us today. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. In other words, this applies to whoever comes across this message.
Okay, so tell us more about these letters. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'd love to. And there's so many things that we can analyze in these letters. They're really rich with truth. But we're going to be looking at just 6 components that are found in all of the letters.
Okay, and what would those 6 components be?
Yeah, so every letter starts off by this introduction of some aspect of the character of Christ.
Okay.
And then Jesus reveals what he knows about that church,
All right.
whether good or bad.
Okay.
Then he gives this command based on their individual situation. And we have he who has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. And then finally, the reward for overcoming their particular situation. And the last 2 components switch order after the 3rd church is addressed.
Okay.
But all 6 components are found in all of the letters.
Okay, so I want to know more. What is this message to the churches? What is it?
Yeah.
I want to know more about the churches now. I'm interested.
Absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the first 3 churches
Okay.
tomorrow.
What?
That's all the time we have for today, folks.
No!
Thank you for joining us in this edition of
No!
You See Good News. Now you saw the good news.